hear it. Give me their opinions on it. Yeah, yes, y'all. 1, 2, y'all. Y'all already know, man. We live Sunday night special edition Coach's Corner. As you can see, who I got on here with me, got the homie Joan from Off the Top Sports. Joan, you already know. Thanks for pulling up. We're
Yeah.
gonna talk about a lot of stuff tonight. Top tens coming out. High school weekend is out, so we're gonna have some player of the weeks. Everybody, please, 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 please submit your player of the weeks to either me or June. All right, we're gonna try to get all of these guys' information, their numbers. Oh, there it is, Al in the building. You know, well, we're gonna get these guys' numbers. We want to try to get it out there for the Clarity Essex County Player of the Week 2 award. Week 1 went to hey Joan. We went to at
Not,
Central.
not,
Who got it?
Nasir, no, Nair Williams. Nasir Williams.
Hey Al, man, you got to mute that background, bro. I know you watching the game tonight. You know what I'm saying? Got to mute
I
the
know, man.
background.
The game was on all that.
Come on, baby, mute that background, baby. Professionalism around here. All right, get it right.
Zaire Wilson from
Zaire Wilson out of Central.
Zaire
Yeah.
Wilson. Zaire Wilson from out of
Yeah,
North.
had a killer week last week with 18 tackles, a tutty. Shoot, what he
Uh-huh.
had, but maybe I think 100 rushing, 1 pass for 10 yards. It just kind
Yeah.
of lit up the stat sheet. So he got our week 1 award. Now we're looking for week 2. Mark gave me a kid already. Said
Yeah,
Johnson Reed.
Yeah.
So I want to see who else, man. I heard EO was down in the east side, put some work in. West Orange put some work in. I mean, let's talk about it. I want to know.
I got a vote already, man.
Damn, you got a vote already?
And the kid was one of our nominees last week. Scored 5 touchdowns this past weekend.
Who the hell did that shit?
For your former alumni, your alumni.
The Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs.
Oh, he went in.
He went in. They scored 68
Davion Porter. Davion Porter
had 5 of them bad boys.
Man, that might be a landslide. I don't even know if I'm gonna put that poll out.
I don't know.
I don't know if we're gonna put that poll out. Yeah,
he did it on special teams in the offense side of the ball. I don't know how many tackles he had on the defense side, but
right. Well, I don't know. Listen, we're gonna bring these names to the forefront, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Yeah, still send them. We're gonna make an announcement whether, because again, we know sometimes there could be a lot of bias, and we don't want kids to miss out that truly deserve certain awards. You know what I mean? So we're gonna definitely have our input on that. But we're gonna talk about a few things on the Coach's Corner. Y'all know I don't want to keep y'all here all night. I'm gonna try to keep it for an hour. Again, we are on everything right now. Big shout out to Sam Sports Multimedia, man. He got us looking good in the hood. So you already know it, man. We on Facebook. We on Twitch, man. We everywhere with this thing. And big shout out to Joan. Thank you for introducing. And we're going to have this thing trying to pump maybe twice a month, like I said. I think Sunday night might be a good night if I ain't outside doing too much. Because the Giants ain't going to have me watching no goddamn football. Y'all already know how that goes.
No time soon, brother.
No time soon. But yeah, man, like I said, we got a few topics we want to talk about. I was hoping my man Lenny was going to pull up from Keep It a Buck, man. Big shout out to the Keep It a Buck podcast. They had a nice little segment about, guys getting overlooked in our state. And, I guess I just want to kind of really jump into that, Joan. Hey, Bree, y'all can strike the video up, let everybody check it out. Let's get the opinions of the people. Again, everybody reach out. Share this, share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Twitch, wherever you at. Just let everybody know that we live tonight, man. Hey, B, what you got? If you got that video clip, man, let's air that.
These guys are going to get kids that's not headliner kids, right? So you look like, and I'll bring it back to this. Everybody saw Nate Bailey yesterday against a nationally ranked team where every kid on that team is a Power 5 commit and or recruit. And they all check the boxes. And Nate Bailey made them look the same way he make the local kids look. No different, right?
A good college coach would have called Nate Bailey today.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to tell you this. If Joan know Nate from a long time, Nate's an Orange Bengal. You know what I'm saying? He been putting up numbers like that for years. Actually, Nate the Great came from the Orange Bengals. That's their nickname. You know, shout out to Coach Warren,
guys,
Coach Parks, a lot of guys out of that area. Jay Turner, man, a lot of them dudes had a lot to do with what's going on. Big shout out to his mom, Sherelle Williams, you know, doing big with him, man, put him in good positions. And Nate's been tearing it up. Nate is a junior at St. Joe's right now. And like Lenny said, you know, Nate went bananas. This was 2 weeks ago against St. Francis in Maryland. And he, you know, he just doing Nate things for us. That's what we used to seeing. Yeah. And you know, shout out to Justin Wimberly, that's also on the Keep It a Buck podcast. Yeah. He rocks with Zone 6.
Zone 6, yeah.
You know, good friend of mine. So I just wanted to kind of see if I could get people's input, thoughts on, you know, do we really think that the colleges across the country are overlooking New Jersey talent? And I know New Jersey is a really small state. We all know that. But we also know that it seems like every kid that pick a college outside of New Jersey, they go bananas. Shout out to what's my man K9, Kyle from
Lewis. Oh, yes, they had a big game for Pittsburgh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Big shout outs.
Yeah.
So, you know, Al, like I said, I just wanted to try to get like guys' opinion on that. Like, are New Jersey talent really getting overlooked? Or, you know, what up, Big Will? Or is it that they can find what we have in their states?
I think it's a combination of both. Okay. Because the states that they're finding, okay, so for example, if you look at like just a small state like Maryland and the DMV, right? Mm-hmm. Those PG County kids are they some mugs, right? You got the PG County kids where it's a school like the Mather Catholic out there. You got kids that go to St. Francis. You have kids that go to even Towson Catholic, right? There's a lot to choose from places that they already have with the same like talent. But there's Jersey talent that's adequate. The only thing is with our kids is about just getting that exposure. Our kids do have to get those opportunities too, to where coaches are taking kids to these camps. For like Lincoln just had a camp. Del State had a free camp, I think at the end of July, right? Where they had those type of schools that were not the bigger schools, but some of the smaller schools were there. Like let's just say I think Buffalo was there. You had Maryland there. You had schools on the East Coast, but our kids were being so, oh, I'm not going there. Why am I going to a Lincoln camp? Or why am I going to a Del State camp? Because I think that the idea is if it's not D1 or big FBS, I'm not showing up, right? And I think once our kids get out of that mentality, our state won't be as underrated because it don't matter where you play at. Like Don, like we always say, if you can play, they gonna find you.
Yeah.
Like Nakir Helton. Y'all, I'm not even sure if you guys know who that is, but that's number 1 from Winslow. Cam Miller is their best player, but he's probably their second best guy. And he's a junior. But unless you go see a Winslow game, you won't know who he is. But he got offers from Wisconsin, Penn State, X, Y, and Z. But he probably won't go to those schools. But it's just the fact that he has the exposure to it.
Right.
I think that our kids just need to start going to these camps and places too, even though if it's not a big one. Because remember, like we said, Don, if they see Rutgers offer you, if they see this one offer you, they're gonna offer you too. Just because they're like, hold on, he's getting offered. Who is this?
Right.
Lazier Brooks don't get Alabama if he never got the offer from Maryland or if he never got that offer from Auburn. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how it rolls. But our kids have to stop thinking that everything has to be big FBS 1 and these other schools don't count or don't matter either.
Right. So that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking that because it's 2 parts to the overlook. Some of the schools could potentially be overlooking, but a lot of our kids, like I said, June, you're hearing my man, me and Al, we coach in high school football, and it's hard to get kids to understand that if you just get Pace University, that's a great school. Let's make it happen. If you get, you know, a HBCU like Lincoln University, that's a great school. Let's make it happen. At the end of the day, the goal is just to get to the next level of education. And if we get to use football as that car to get to that level, then that's a great job. But because a lot of kids and parents and coaches, because there's a lot that mixed into this, have the bar set so high for where they want to go. Some people do be looking, but then you're not seeing them. So the overlook kind of goes both ways. I kind of agree with Al. June, you want to say anything about it, or what you got?
Nah, you just mentioned like the pace, you know, the Lincolns, the Lackawannas, just a few schools that you just mentioned. Like because I used to coach in Orange too, and we had kids that went to those programs and been successful, and they stayed all 4 years. Mm-hmm. They didn't do the transfer where, you know, they stayed for 2 years and try to look for the FBC school, like FBS school. I'm with you know what I mean. But you know, they stayed all 4 years because they liked the environment. They liked the you know, what they was providing for them. So yeah, man, it's different with these kids, man, nowadays. Like you said, they like, if it ain't the big school, you know, they, you know,
you're not even trying to go camp. You know what I'm saying? I can tell a kid that we got, and shout out to Coach Dane, North East Side, man, doing a tremendous job. I see you on tonight. You know, I've had guys who I tried to take to camps, like small camps, East Stroudsburg, Kutztown camps. And, you know, it's like, nah, Coach, we're not going to make that camp. But then when I say I'm going to Syracuse, they're like, oh, so Coach, how much is it to get to the Syracuse camp? I'm going to Maryland. Oh, Coach, can I get on the bus to get to the Maryland camp? And I'm like, it's interesting. Like, some of those schools, they kind of already know who they want to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether it's in-state or out-of-state, you know? So, like, I really, like, start to suggest to parents and everything, like, don't leave no stone unturned, man. Just go everywhere. If it's financially feasible for you, put yourself in that race, in that place, because, you know, colleges do come to the state. Coach Dane will tell you, Al will tell you, I'll tell you. Colleges come to the state. They come to the schools. They check out a lot of stuff. And sometimes, and I think the guys that get overlooked is this small. Like, I don't think overlooking is, like, a big deal. But it's a lot of guys that just don't fit the bill. B, let's get that measurement chart up, if you don't mind. And Dame, I want to see if you got something to say right now. We're speaking on the fact that not that one, B, that one. We're speaking on the fact that do colleges overlook talent in New Jersey, like, you know, Lenny and my boy Wembley spoke about on Keep It a Buck. You know what I mean? You want to speak? You want to chime in on that, or you want to just let me rock? I mean, I know you got a kid right now. You know, you feel it. You're feeling like he's overlooked. So, I mean, if you want to speak on Jock, you know, you can. But, you know, I want to know.
I mean, you know, that goes back into a lot of the stuff that we already been speaking on, man. A lot of these kids don't have the resources to be able to get to the camps to be seen. And then when you create the resource for them, the parents don't invest in the kids to be able to go. Like, DM does a bus tour, take kids to school, right? You could put out there to the parents, hey, $275, the kid gonna go to this school, get seen by this college. And then the parent, you know, won't pay or don't have the funds, or you know what I'm saying? It's an unfortunate situation, but you know, it's everything is cost.
Yeah.
And if you can't afford to send your kid to get looked at, then your kid shouldn't miss a mega camp.
Like Philly Dickinson, yeah.
So you just have to make sure that the resources are fully utilized and you know, properly taken advantage of. Like, we don't take advantage of the things that's there. And then, you know, again, we have control over facilities now where we can kind of create our own narrative for certain things, but then you're going to get people, oh, I'm not sending my kid down there to do that because they're going to try to take my kid, or they're going to try to, like, listen, man, at the end, if a kid want to go, then go. Like, grass ain't always greener.
It's about future, man, trying to put a kid in a position for the future.
And I understand it. Like, I heard some things the other day, and it's probably gonna come a shock, but you know, some people done made passes at Ja. Ja was like, yo, I've been here 3 years already. Yo, I'm a 4-year starter at Eastside as a varsity athlete. You know what I'm saying? And so he just stayed put. Like, he had opportunities to go to a parochial school. He had some people that reached out to him, and he just chose, you know what? No, I'm gonna stay where I'm at. And that just shows the kid and who the kid is. But you know, is it a bad decision that he decided to stay? I'm gonna say no, but that could mean some people like, oh, you being biased and you holding him back. But if you see the type of athlete and the type of person that kid has become, then you will understand, like, nah, you know what? Some people are meant to be with who they're supposed to be with. But you know,
the big picture.
That right. And so I think it's the lack of resources, man. Like, we got to be able to tap into some things. Like, I don't understand why the district don't create an off-season budget. Like, we don't even we do so much with these kids, and we only get paid for what we do for the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, each school should have an off-season budget where there's a budget created to be able to take these kids to these camps. Like, holding on all of this money for what? To do what with? You're doing nothing with it, and then you talk about all the coaches don't do enough. Well, guess what? You don't do enough either. Help us to be able to help them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, dang, let it be known that coaching stipend it's a stipend, like what I'm saying. Maybe $8,000, something like that, and that's only being paid to that coach from the time that he's working with your kid, and that's actually from
in season.
September.
That's in season.
From September to November, and that's it.
That's in season. And so if you want your programs to be good, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna put
12 months.
Way more time into it. You're gonna put way more time into it, and the time that goes in shows. You know what I'm saying?
And Brandon, $8,000 is the average of head coaches in New Jersey.
Mind you, they taxing that too. So you're not getting the full 8,000, right? You're not getting the full 8,000. You're really getting 6. So let's be honest.
Damn, y'all getting 8. Kip ain't even getting.
Hey, listen. I'm throwing out head coaches' salaries. You know what I'm saying? That's the average on head coach down in Maryland. He said, shit, down in Maryland, they're getting like 42.
Yeah, but when you compare that to
Georgia, they're getting 100,000.
They getting teacher salaries, bro. They getting teacher salaries to coach. But guess what? They only coaching though. You understand?
Yeah.
Like,
and that's understanding the priority. Like, it's a priority.
It's not. Yo, come coach and do calf duty and sub and do safe passage and they coaching and that's it. They're not doing everything else. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta try to make everything else work. Like, it's just not the environment, man.
I like what Will's saying. School districts should do more off-season camps for the players and seek more sponsorship from business owners. Because in our community, in the Essex County community, it's a lot of people that make a lot of money. Okay, and you know, for every business to just donate $1,000, $500, right, to each high school, you know what I mean? Like, that would go so far. You know, but again, we are that's crying for help, right? With these requests that, you know, probably should happen. But what I'm gonna say is parents, coaches, uncles, aunts, whoever, everybody got to tap in. Like, you can't just come in on senior night and then at the end of the season, like, oh, so what's going on? Like, we got to be dialed in every day, all day. You feel me? There it is right there. Thanks, B, for putting that up. And again, these is the highest paid coaches in Georgia. But let me help you understand what that means. That means Georgia has understood that these guys will help their kids more than just football. That's what that means.
You see that?
That's what that means. That's more than football.
$425K is crazy.
Bro, but this is what's going on, man. This is what's going on. And so they'll beat you in the head and say, hey, guess what? Oh, we just had a meeting and we're gonna increase the coaches' pay by 1.75%. Bro, you giving me a $75 increase. That's not helping me do nothing. like what you talking about? Because you're gonna increase it $75 and then you're gonna tax it another like what we talking about here, man. So but it's a lot of the people, if you coaching in our district, man, and it's not because of the pay, you're coaching because of your love for the sport and what you're able to bring to the kid, man. It's not like I'm just speaking off of what I deal with in its entirety, man, and what I see. You know what I'm saying? Like I go visit somewhere else and go to another state, and they be like, "Yo, you don't want to stay down here? Like, yo, your mom, we could get you this and we could get you that, and bro, we'll put a house up and you could get a house and we'll move the family down." And I'm like, bro, what?
Well, that's the thing though. But when you look at these games, hey, Mark, shout out to you. I'm gonna bring you in. Look, like I think only Buford was actually one of the top ranked schools in Georgia, honestly. The other schools, they're not even, and I mean top ranked mean nationally ranked. So the other schools ain't even nationally ranked out of all of these schools. And but that's what's happening with the money. You know what I'm saying? They're putting the money in the right spots. Mark, the conversation originally, getting back to the original topic, do like keep it a buck. Shout out to Lenny from Keep It a Buck. Shout out to, Justin Wembley from Zone 6. They had a segment 2 weeks ago about colleges overlooking the talent in New Jersey. All right. So that's where we are right now. We kind of spent to this. I wanted you to get to that right there. I wanted to know, what's your take on that? Do you think that they're getting overlooked? Or do you think that, like what Al said earlier, Al Pettit, was that some of the guys aren't getting overlooked. We just not looking at them because, the schools that are coming, we're not paying attention. We're looking for Penn State. We're looking for Ohio State. We're looking for, the megas, the FBS. We're not looking for Pace. But you go ahead, give me some.
I mean, you just got to be real with your kids, man, and have realistic talks with your kids. I don't think our kids have been overlooked because if you look in the past couple years, there's been more college flow in the city of Newark than it has been in a while. And Dane probably can answer that because, like, probably a little bit more than I could, but it's been college coaches flowing through the city.
Yeah, football is definitely up in the city.
Football is definitely up in the city of Newark, and I done had just last winter probably close to 70 schools, and I entertain everybody, whether it's D1, D2, D3.
D3, whoever.
I give everybody my time, JUCOs, preps, whoever. So I don't think we've been overlooked. It's just, coaches want to say, I got a kid in Ohio State versus a kid going to Kent State somewhere.
Mm-hmm. I mean, listen. At the end of the day,
it's still a free education, free room and board.
It's nothing wrong with being a Division III All-American. There's nothing wrong with being a Division II All-American. And at the end of your 4 years, you got a college degree that shows for it, that puts you in position to be a successful person. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. That's what coaches coach for. We coach.
And that degree, that degree don't have no Division I, Division II, Division III on it. It's just a degree.
No, listen, I'm y'all know me. I'm all the way tapped into that. I want to give a shout out to Man. Had a really big game over at Montclair State.
Yes, he did.
I got a kid that played with him. Shout out to Zamir Tut. He played defensive end with him.
Right. Like, this is what I mean about opportunities, using football as the vehicle to get to the next level, so that way hopefully you could provide yourself with a great education.
Because there's only 6% of athletes in the country that get a chance to play any type of college football.
AB, with those numbers, you don't mind bringing those numbers up. Mark, I'm glad you brought that up right there, because we're going to get into that right now about the percentages and why people need to start being a little more realistic. It's a little blurry, but I know I want people to I'll read it out. So right now, if you look at this, right, high school athletes, say 1 million people. It's 1 million football high school athletes out here, right? Then when you're talking about senior high school athletes, talking about 300,000. I ain't gonna break it all the way down, but we just understand what we're looking at. When you're looking at the NCAA athletes, it drops down to 69,000. NCAA first year slots, that dropped down to 20,000. NCAA senior athletes, that drops down to 15,000. NCAA athletes drafted from 15 to 253. That's it. 253. So when you do the percentages from high school just to the NCAA, it's 6.4. When you do the percentage from the NCAA to the league, it's 1.6. When you do the percentage from high school to the league, it's 0.08. Okay? So if you understand what these numbers mean, how the coaches said earlier about being realistic and honest with yourself, regardless of what school comes, entertain them, give them your undivided attention, shake their hand, tell them everything about yourself. Because if you're looking at these charts, and again, I pull this stuff up online because all of this stuff is free information. You can pull these charts up and you can find out that, well, the chances of the league is slim to none. So I need to realign my focus. I need to make sure that I ain't paying for
just
college.
1%.
Nah. Just one. Like I need to realign my focus. I need to make sure that this school got my major. I need to make sure that I can get a good internship at this school right here.
What is the graduation rate?
That part. These are the things I need to ask questions about. Not about how many running backs you got on your depth chart. Okay, we have to start realigning ourselves mentally. And mom and dad.
What if I get hurt? What if I get hurt? How would that affect me?
Mm-hmm. You want to? These are questions you want to know. And anybody that's paying attention, that's on. I'm on live on Instagram right now too. Like, it's a great time to have a pen and a paper out right now, man.
Yeah, you see, our moms is out, baby.
I'm telling you, it's a great time. Anytime I do Coach's Corner, I want the world to understand I represent this brand right here. This is Driven Minds. That's what I speak for. That's what I'm speaking about. But I really try to drive your minds. I want to open your mind, unlock that part where you can understand that, yeah, it's a certain way how I'm thinking right now, but I've had a lot of success and I had some failure stories. So I can tell you guys how this thing is going to pretty much play out. And the brothers that are on this network that you see with me, shout out to Coach Sheed on Instagram. Like, these guys can tell you, yeah, we got some success stories. Every man here got a success story. And every man here got a failure story too. And we can tell you that we knew that story was going to be a failure because of how we could see how it was rolling. You get what I'm saying? So that's how that goes. But let me see. I got somebody topic. My man Hassan Hampton right here, my dude right here, doing this thing in the Marines. You know, he said, D1 got nothing but dogs. If a kid gets an offer to go D2 or D3, they can still shine and perform while getting their degree. Put the work in and anything is possible. Get a free education. That's what this is about, man. It's
that's
about
the goal, man.
Education.
That's the and then education. Now this transfer portal done throw a monkey wrench in a whole bunch of things. So it's like when you get something, you better hold on to it.
Man, you better take advantage of it. The same thing we just got finished talking about. Take advantage. We're not taking advantage of the opportunities that's given, man.
Right.
Take advantage.
Instead of try to wait on something bigger.
I'm going to talk about that camp thing, Dame. So, hey, B, if you don't mind, man, bring up that camp topic that Antonio Cromartie put up. Like you said, Dame, you know, if you can't get out to the Syracuses, the Penn States, you know, the Kutztowns, you can't get there. Then they do have mega camps.
Think about that, right?
You got to hit the mega camps.
The Rutgers camps, the Monmouth camps, the Penn States, the Syracuses, right?
Yeah. This one? Yeah, that's the one I want right there.
If the kids is going to the camps, right, it's us that's taking them. Mm-hmm. It's not the parents that's going. It's us trying to figure it out. We sending out the messages. We texting the parents like, hey, trying to get the kid to get looked at. You know, I'm not sure, you know, what the goals are. And that's another thing. You got to have goals, yo. You have to set personal goals.
Small term. medium term, long term.
These kids are just out here playing with no goals, man. They don't understand. Like, all right, yo, I'm a junior. Like, yo, I really could play football in college. Like, that should have been a goal from the rip. Not just getting out there and going through the motions and like, no. Yeah. Like, what are we really doing, man? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
it's all good. You already know, man. And then, go ahead, Mark.
I'm reading this what he said. Yeah, I get it. You want to go to school camps, but let's be real. If the coach don't got your name down in, let's just say, Syracuse, if you ain't got on that orange shirt, they ain't looking at that film. That's just a money snatcher.
So let's read it out to him, man. Big shout out to Antonio Cromartie. Y'all know who he is. Ex-NFL player, you know, he got a lot of things on his mind. You already know. So, but what he wrote up here, and I do agree with part of what he's saying, right? He said, stop worrying about these rivals and Under Armour camps. Going to college camps and doing their drills is where it's at. You want offers to go to the school camps. Pick 12 schools and go visit them. Do their camp. Watch their camp film. Wait. They watch camp film. You go through drills. I'm trying to go all fast and bugging out.
Nah, they believe it or not, all of the camp drills and drill sessions are recorded.
Right.
And so they going back to like, yo, let's really see what that kid from Central did, or let's see what that kid from Eastside really did. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, we know we had a conversation with them, and don't think that people not upstairs watching what they doing right now. Like, yo, that kid ain't drop a pass. Yo, we might want to have a different conversation with him after the camp is over. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are people in place specifically to watch what certain people are doing. Like,
right.
Let's be honest about it. Like, he's not saying anything wrong. Yeah. He in it. Absolutely. He in it.
Now let's talk. What he means, I can only speak on the rivals camp, right? The Under Armour camp, we don't really have those up here. And I mean, when they do, they're invite only, and they're like a
they invite only, and it's just to probably get something under your name.
So I just want to clarify this to the parents and everybody that's paying attention. Rivals will always have like two camps, okay? The first camp is the free camp. Well, I got balloons. It must be a party. So the first camp is a free camp, you know, and that's where kids go out there and they run their 40s and do all of the short shuttle drills. They don't do one-on-ones, but they do all the testing type of stuff. And if your numbers are impressive, they might, I'm going to do like this because it's a small percentage, they might bring you back. But that actually, to me, is a waste of time. Again, like we talked about, colleges having their guys already listed. Rivals has their guys already listed who they want to see.
They do.
Okay, so going to, and this has happened to me before with my college camp tour, that I've had a camp tour on that date and kids saying, well, coach, I can't go because I have to go to the rivals camp. And all they did was run a 40, do the broad jump, do the short shuttle, and the L cone drill and went home. And I'm sitting at East Stroudsburg camp where it's only a total of 50 to 75 kids total at the camp. That small number broken down amongst what we talking about down there, seven positions between offense and defense. And so because of that, they get a really good look from these coaches. But I get it. You know, you hear Kutztown, Lock Haven, and you go, well, I don't want to go there. I'm going to just go to the rivals because it's a big name. And then you got other camps out here. Well, I don't know their name, and I don't really want to get into it. And they're money grabs. Okay? So you got to watch that. You got to watch those all-American type camp names, the exposure camp names. Those are just money grabs. You know, they're not. I totally agree with if the college not there, don't go. Fairleigh Dickinson has a good camp. I will say that. They have a good camp. Why do I say they have a good camp? Because they bring the colleges to them. Now, it's a lot of colleges, and it'll be a lot of kids, but at least you're getting yourself a fair shake with working out in front of a college coach. Under Armour rivals, not at all. Now, I always tell my kids to pick 15 schools, right? When I say pick 15 schools, I say pick 5 of your dream schools, right? So you ain't going to them camps because some people be putting USC, Oregon, and shit. They ain't going to that camp. Then I tell them to pick 5 schools, right, that are pretty much in state. So now you got to write King, you got to write Monmouth, you got to write Montclair State, you got to write Rutgers. You got to investigate what the in-state schools are, right? And then I ask them, okay, now out of those 10 schools, give me your 5 realistic schools, like looking at your body. Don't be unrealistic. If you are 5'4", understand there's a place where 5'4" people play. There he is, my guy, Coach Sheed in the building. If you are 5'9", there's a place where 5'9" people play. So now, once you get those schools, then those are the schools you need to go find out about where to go camp and where to go work out. Sheed, we on this topic about camping. I know you could give me a really good segment on how it goes in a non-public, because you guys get a lot of guys that come and watch those kids work out. Like I know me, Dane, Mark had those coaches. They might come in the afternoon. You guys got a good regiment. Tell me about how that works on your side of the things at DePaul High School.
So pretty much, Universal during that spring period, we have our workouts are in the morning. So, we'll have the coaches come out and watch our guys do routes on air, DB drills, stuff like that, just so they could see guys, up close and personal if they, not going to these camps. So it's pretty much universal with all the schools as far as the colleges coming out and watching these guys run around and do drills, same that you would get at these other camps. The only difference is it's a little bit more personal. So, obviously they're coming to see who they're coming to see, but if you're out there doing your thing, you can piggyback off of that.
Right. Now, I want to give the parents this one thing, Sheed. If you don't agree, let me know. That just because Boston College came to the school, don't necessarily mean he saw you. He came to the school, like you said, I might have came, like y'all got Nolan, big shout out to him. I seen him tearing it up. I came to see Nolan, just make sure it's still looking like what it looked like. And then I might have left out. But don't go, because I think this happens, and I'm going to just speak on the West Orange side. I watched the numbers dwindle down on kids wanting to go to college camps because they assumed, well, the Syracuse coach came, so why do I have to go to the Syracuse camp coach? Or the Rutgers coach came, why do I have to go to the Rutgers coach? And I go Rutgers camp coach. And I'm like, well, because it's more than Rutgers that goes to the camp. It's more than Syracuse that's at the camp. When we go to the college camps, usually the schools that surround that area, friends of those coaches, are at that camp, and they're working that camp. Coach Don don't work that camp. Okay, I take you there, but I don't work that camp. It's the college coaches that are working that camp, and just being there, I believe, helps a lot. I do agree. Like I said, with Kamadi, I don't worry about the rivals in the Under Armour camps. That's that's just fool's gold. But I do agree with going to college camps and in a major way, but also picking the right college camps too, because you can find yourself going to a college camp and you just a number. So that's just my opinion. I want people to kind of like dive into that. We spoke on Jersey talent, and listen, y'all, it's Dame and Mark. It's gonna be hard for Sheed to understand this part, because ain't nothing getting overlooked at DePaul fucking Catholic right now. But
You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised.
But I brought up early, real quick, the topic that Lenny from Keep It a Buck, shout out to him, and Wembley from Zone 6 said. My question: do you believe that Jersey talent is being overlooked? One, or is it parents that overlook schools that come?
Well, you know what too, like that Keep It a Buck. Like I've watched a couple of those podcasts, and I don't never see them mention nothing about public schools.
Well, we spoke on that. I spoke to Lenny about that.
I missed that.
I spoke to Lenny about that. Lenny said to me,
they do a little, they dabble, and then
they dip in that. From what I was told, Dane.
But hold real quick, Don.
Okay.
I agree with Dane right there, because you got a public school coach now as one of the hosts.
That's true. So it's up to him. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a bow out of that one. That's
look, she shut your chat. You're good. No, this is what I was told. All right, and I don't know if it was Lenny. I ain't gonna say no name. What I was told was that's where their support comes from, and I ain't got nothing to say about that. I left it at that. Here's why the coach's corner is gonna be big moving forward from today and more, because I'm speaking for the kids now. I'm speaking to inform, educate the parents now. Like, the public school kids need help, like the private school kids need help. When I go to a SHE training session at Pro Edge, and if you ain't tapped in, you might want to start tapping in. It ain't just non-public school kids there. Hell, at one point, we thought we had a West Orange sponsorship going, but how many West Orange kids was pulling up to the building? When I go to, and Dame, when we had kids coming down to do your track program, it wasn't just football players. We brought out Mariah Perez, you know what I'm saying? Girl basketball players from all over. So, it's just one of those things where I've always said, if somebody's got good work, you got to find it. Oh, there go the man. This our guy right here. You can't recruit him, though. You're not going to be able to recruit him. You know what I'm saying? But that's my guy right there. That's my guy.
Hey, King Lamar, come here, buddy. We about to
hey, Mark, you might have to go get. I think it's about to be. They about to tear him up.
Somebody playing.
No, somebody playing. Somebody playing. Let's do it. Oh, yo, I'm hosting the first flag football game. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. All of the kids going crazy.
Somebody's playing, buddy.
Hey, Noah, come here, Noah.
Hey, look, see, see, this is what I'm talking about right here, man. Love this shit. Man, I had another thing I wanted to talk about. I spoke on the heights and weights, about what colleges are looking for, and we spoke on the percentages, the overlooking. I want to tap into youth sports. I'm glad that we got all of the kids on. I want to tap into youth sports.
Huge shout out to Down Bottom Falcons, 10U, 13U today.
Okay.
Took two big wins. If y'all don't know what Down Bottom is the youth football program that I started in the Ironbound. Only because kids in that area was not learning how to play football until they got to high school. So by the time they actually learned, they was graduating. So I had to figure something out. We needed a youth program in that area, so it's a youth football program down there.
Right.
Big things coming, man.
Listen, I'm seeing a lot of things in the youth football program. I'm seeing Brick City, having, I think they had 2 weeks ago, they went up against Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson.
That was a good show.
That was no Pop Warner.
That was a good show, and I heard Dark Knights had a matchup. Orange Bengals had a matchup.
Hey, Don, hold up. Hey, just by the way, it was 2-2. That Brick City ain't the same Brick City.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Hey, listen, man. Listen, man. I dig it.
But listen, man. It was a good thing that the city decided to do. So it was crossover games everywhere. Down Bottom played Roselle. Dark Knights. They played Mo Better today.
I heard that.
So they tapping into some things, man, and it's kind of shedding light that North Pop Warner is not dead. Some people try to say North Pop Warner football was dead. Down Bottom spent the whole summer going up against the Orange Bengals. We did 7-on-7 all summer with Orange Bengals, which got good working. You know what I'm saying? Son.
The new host of the show, y'all hear him taking it over by storm. You already know. Go get on the bench press, man. You know what time it is.
It's right here. It's right here, though.
Right, man. He's doing too much chap and not enough reps. That's why he's not going to be great, man. I'm going to come on there and tighten him up.
I don't know too many 2-year-olds that can open up a dinosaur book and tell you which every dinosaur is by name. Like he'll let you know. He 2 years old and he talking about Velociraptor. That's all I'm gonna say.
I ain't gonna let him steal the daggone show now. So now here's the thing, though. At the end of the day, with a lot of the youth programs that's going on, I think it's time for guys to start getting out to the youth programs checking them out, talking to the coaches. See, look at Mark. See, they want to take over the show. We're not doing
it. He said dinosaur, so I just,
See, help me, man. Al, help me, man. You see what I got to deal with? These my homies right here, man. They be turning me up.
Which one you
want? Mine sleep. I don't know why y'all's up.
But nah, so the thing that I'm saying is, it's a lot of stuff that's happening in the youth sports, and I think taking a walk in some of the parks or some of the games is definitely needed. Me and a few of the colleagues, we talk about where the Orange Bengals and the Orange Wreck and how that kind of, had some things that kind of didn't work right, I should say. And the high school is the one that suffers, right?
Suffering this year.
Right. I really want guys to understand that, there was a time, I think Al would know, I was coaching at East Orange in the youth program. And then when I went up to the high school program, the number one player at the time had went to St. Peter's Prep. His name was Will Hill. But we still won a championship.
Yeah.
So I say that to say this, that some people belong in those places. Some people don't. You know what I'm saying? And as long as these guys can understand where they belong, they'll put themselves in a better place as far as college recruiting. You got a lot of guys that sit on benches. You know what I mean? And hey, I get it, but if it's your time, then it's your time. If it's not your time, it ain't gonna be your time no time soon. You might want to figure something out. Point in case, if you play running back, right, and now they have you're a freshman running back, they got a freshman running back. A freshman running back is getting varsity reps. Your son is a freshman running back, and he's getting freshman reps. Well, y'all in the same grade. He gonna be the starter or getting reps all this time. Why would you stay? You might need to get out of there. I use that for example. Shout out to my guy, Jaden Richards. He's at Scotch Plains. He was at He was at Bosco when Nolan was at Bosco. He was a freshman. His father figured it out in the junior year. Like, we got to get out of here. Now he's doing his numbers at Scotch Plains right now. But people just I feel like people need to like kind of open their eyes to see it a little more. Like, don't just think that this is the place where, okay, youth football, 13U play 14U and I play, and 12U play 13U and we all play. Once you get to high school, the best 11 play. And the best 11 ain't necessarily going to be like what you think it is. So you have to put yourself in a position with off-season training, camp visits, camp workouts, locking in the coaches, talking to these coaches. Talk to these coaches. I got 4 of them on the phone, 5 right, 4, 2, 3, 4, because I ain't coaching no more, y'all. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the line right now. Like, yo, talk to these coaches. They'll give you the answer. Now, if you're not listening, that's on you. But they'll give you good, honest input on, but
hey, Don, can I add this? Because I don't think that most people are hip to this too. What the kids learn at the youth level as far as offenses and the defenses, if that youth level is like the farm system to their high school program, it makes it a much easier transition to win for those kids. If you look at the Bergen Catholic team from 2 years ago, 18 of those kids all played together since youth. They all went to the same high school. You mentioned the Will Hill situation at East Orange. And at the time, I think I was about 5 years old. Imagine if y'all get Will Hill. The rest of the team comes.
But we had the rest. That's a different era. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. We had a large amount of East Orange. That's why we went 11-1 and won a state championship that year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we had a large amount of the city in the city school. It just was one kid couldn't come with us. And it showed because he was here and we was good. I ain't gonna put no 11 where we are.
But he would have put y'all, like even Brill lived across the street from the school.
But again, some people look what Brill did on that level that he played on. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
so
at the
imagine
end
if
of the
Brill
day.
was a East Orange kid, just like if Brill went to Rutgers.
But now check this out. Do East Orange play come on, y'all, Mater Dei? Do East Orange, like those guys need those stages. Like, and I'm listening to the names we talking about. We talking about NFL players, we talking about EO legends. Them dudes that you can't play Livingston with them. You feel me?
Change the school, please. Can we change the school?
I'm sorry, man. Sorry, man.
Better example.
My bad. Bad example. Hey, I forgot. It's a different
example.
week.
We could do Irvington. No, because
okay. Let's use Irvington. Let's use Irvington.
We could do that example with Irvington because they had Josh Evans, right? They had that whole program down there with the Knights. But my point of farm system is if you look at a lot of championship teams, those kids all play together young and they carried over.
Right.
That's how you build that farm system of the offense and the defenses. Also, too, combining those youth programs, like I love seeing at halftime youth teams playing their little games because they get familiar with those coaches, with that field, with that environment. They're looking up to these kids. If you ever went to a game down in Florida, you see Northwestern playing, but their youth program are the kids that's giving out that water. They're the kids that's around the program. So they're seeing it. So when they get to that maturation, y'all seen Friday Night Lights, right? Those same babies are aspiring to be those high school stars for that school, right? And that's how you want to keep it into that system where, they know that at some point, I want to be the star at Eastside. I want to be the star at West Orange.
Facts.
No doubt. Hey, Sheed, I got a question for you from Coach Monge in Verona. The question was, private versus public with college exposure is an issue because you have some players that need to stay home versus going private. Hearing about all the big schools showing up, I guess I don't even know if that was a question or not. Sound like a whole statement, but I don't know. I mean, you want me to dive into it? You want to dive into it?
I got it because again, I do coach at a private school, but you Jersey people are territorial. I'm from New York, so yes, I coach at a private school, but I don't really have no skin in the game when it comes to public or private. Like some kids need to go away for whatever reason.
Like we just mentioned.
Yeah, so some kids need to get away from their home situation. They can't feel it. I have one of our guys, Quiet Price. He's from Patterson. He needed to be away.
Yeah.
Needed to be in a different environment to flourish. So again, when we talking like this, you always got to put the good and the bad, like you guys alluded to earlier. You got to put the good and the bad to every situation. Some kids stay home and they're successful. Some kids stay home and they end up locked up. Some kids go away and they successful. Some kids go away and they end up. You know what I mean? So we got to, that's what we got to be mindful of.
That's a serious topic right there, man, because we could talk about numerous kids that were guys, you know what I'm saying? Were guys that some not here, like a Jamal Perry, you know what I'm saying? Some guys that's not here anymore that could have been given some of these kids, some of them jewels, like a Shaheed White, you know what I'm saying? Like it's detrimental, man. They get caught up with the wrong crowd, or they get put in a situation where they have to defend themselves, and the outcome don't be what they going, you know what I'm saying, what they intended, but your hand was kind of forced and you had no choice. And so now you got to deal with the consequences. It's always a negative and a positive consequence for everything that you do, right? Regardless of what you do, it's always a consequence. And so if you're not ready to deal with that consequence, then you might want to think about what you do before you do it. Because it's gonna be a consequence, whether it's negative or positive.
And I'm gonna add to this though, it has to be more than just kid influenced decision. Okay, parents have to continue to stay dialed in and tapped in. A lot of the reasons why we know certain guys, like we all spoke about just now, whether they went away or stayed, some guys were successful and some guys were not successful. The biggest reason why they were successful is because their circle was tight.
The support system.
Right. The reason why they're not successful because the circle wasn't tight. You know what I'm saying?
I'm only saying this because I really believe it in my heart, Don, that if Shaheed White would have chose University of Miami over Rutgers, Shaheed White would have went to the league.
Well, you know, that's our neighborhood hero right there. I'm
just saying. I'm just being completely honest. You know what I mean? The outcome would have been different. You know, like we still love everything that we saw, everything that he did when he was at Rutgers. And I teased him all the time, like, yo, Michael Vick jumped over you.
You gotta mute it, bro. He's a funny.
I don't like that, baby.
Nah, you already know. But no, like, I mean, and again, we talking time too, right? That's 97, right? And that young man had a great opportunity. He picked out the school that he picked. Where we are now, you know what I mean? Where we are now is so, how can I put it? It's so relevant right in front of you of what decision to make. It's so much information. I get it, that's being thrown at people in their face. There's also good information that is being thrown. You know how to catch it. And if you could get the right information on how to make a decision, like, and stay locked in on that decision, you're gonna be fine. We just had the numbers up, sheet. The percentage of getting to the league is 0.1% or 0.000%. So at the end of the day, nobody should be looking for like money in this game. This is just something that we just using to get to a certain level. Like, you know, parents got to get it into their thoughts, and the kids got to get into their thoughts that just because I play football don't mean I'm going to be a football player in the National Football League. But because I play football, it's a lot of life skills in this sport that as long as I don't, I want to make sure I'm politically correct when I say this. Y'all know I'm old school. As long as I don't be like a punk, you know what I mean? You already know because how you tap into their brains. Long as I could be mentally tough, then I'll be fine in life because of what this game teaches. I think that's why everybody here loves what this game is about more than just the tackling and the scoring touchdowns. It's the life skill part about this. And if more people like understand that this is a marathon in order to get to the end of the road. And a lot of times at the end of the road, it's not going to be football. It's going to be a career. And that's what it has to be. So let's try to get a school, whether it's FBS or NAIA or whatever it is, whether it's JUCO or Division III, it's an opportunity where the money is little to none, and you can put yourself where you can get a great education, hopefully great networking skills, and then put yourself into a career where, you know, you can benefit and be a more productive citizen, a more productive student.
Graduating debt free.
Right, like, but that's what it is. We miss out. We miss out because someone tells these kids, right? I'm laughing because it should be funny as hell. That at 8 years old, he's the best 8-year-old in the nation. That at 9 years old, he's ranked number 100 and something in the nation. And all of these be opinions that mean absolutely fucking nothing. Like, it don't mean nothing. But because someone says that, then the beliefs go up. And, I heard a kid got an offer from Rutgers as an 8th grader, as a 6th grader. So that could be my son. It's not realistic.
All these nonsense narratives.
All these give me your money type narratives. So you come on, buy into what I'm saying, and I'm gonna sell you what's going on out here. You know, just a whole bunch of utter BS that be going on. But hey, man, I get it, yo. I get it. Definitely about just making sure these guys understand how to be like men. Cause that's what the goal is all the way about. Man. That's about being men. Everybody on this podcast here has came through, played ball. I want to say, shit, Dame, I don't know, Mark, y'all probably done played way higher than me. I'm high school only. I got up out. I gave up that goal. I knew wasn't no money in this for me. You know what I'm saying? but I know you guys did it a little step further, and obviously put yourselves in great positions. But it come down to being honest, though, man. If you're honest with yourself and you're honest with making decisions as a mother, a father, uncle, a brother, mentor, and the kid, then you're gonna set that kid up into a really, really good spot. Some of our best kids, I'm talking to the network right now, are not the ones that are on the higher levels. Like some of our favorite kids, these guys that's on this podcast, they not even on that next level. I'm almost willing to promise that. I can name 5 of them, and ain't none of them on the next level. You feel me? But because those are the kids that we more so get. Again, it's 0.08. All right. I've been coaching for 2002, 2021, 22 years. 22 years. And the funny thing about that too is, Dane, I only had 2 kids go NFL. 2. Okay. Rasul and I just spent a little bit of time. I ain't responsible for neither one of these schools, but a little bit of time with Amir Smith-Marset. We all know the guy. So we all just spent a little bit of time with him. You feel me? So
I'm not even gonna let you short yourself like that, right?
Well, what you got?
So Al-Rashid Benton, right?
Yeah, he had a cup of coffee.
He had a taste though. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely a dude. Right. He got picked up by the Lions. Like you're not gonna short yourself. We're gonna give you your roses while you're here, beloved.
Respectfully that. But the narrative I was painting was, look at the amount of kids that I've been around and the amount of ones that made it to even get the cup of coffee that Al-Rashid got. You get what I'm saying? It's so slim. But if you ask me, Don, how many firefighters you know? Man, about 5 to 10. How many police officers you know? Shoot, about 15 to 20. How many Kappas you know? Shoot, about 5 to 10. How many Omegas you know? About 15 to 20. Like, how many trainers you know? About 5 to 10. The numbers, it's so many people. How many fathers you know, Don? About 25 to 400. Like, it's so many of those men that,
I ain't even been coaching long. I got about 5 to 10 cops.
Listen, man. I
want to say this because I'm the youngest one here, right? And
yeah, you are.
And because I'm close to all 3 of the guys that you just said, always try to remind kids too, there has to be something that you're willing to sacrifice to get to those points.
Woo, great.
Because then Sue's one of my best friends. That's my big brother, like next door neighbor since we was kids. I've seen his sacrifice. Me and Al-Rashid went to Bloomfield Tech together. Don, no?
Mm-hmm.
We went to Bloomfield Tech together. I've seen his sacrifice. And imagine the mindset he has when his family's involved with what his family is. We know what his family is.
Indeed.
You got to know the mindset and sacrifice you got to take. Mir's in Charlotte. I was living in Charlotte. You got to know the sacrifice that these kids take to where they say, yo, I'm going to stay away from the dumb shit. I'm going to sacrifice the parties. I'm going to leave the girls alone. And I'm going to really hone into my craft. I've been there where weight room, Coach J don't get enough credit, man.
Better Future Fitness.
Coach J, and look, everybody don't know who Coach J is, but Coach J training kids for free 8 o'clock at night with his car lights on. Yo, you're going to run these bleachers. I've seen it with my eyes.
Right.
So as we're saying that only 3 of those 120 have made it, those 3 were always the 3 that was probably the most willing to sacrifice whatever, that called you whenever. Yo, come on, let's go. You not just standing there at the NFL draft in grandma's crib for no reason.
Right.
He sacrificed time. Al-Rashid didn't get them calls. He was number 6 on the depth chart in Morgantown. He's running up that hill by that McDonald's, and we on FaceTime saying, yo, bro, you gonna get it. Had to lose 40 pounds to even get on the field.
Right.
So that's a mindset. And I see she is here with the Paul Haas. Dubois.
Haas ain't dropping catch in the senior year.
He ain't dropping catch senior year. But you gotta be different to even get to the point where you at Virginia and you lead the country in receptions. and still don't get to the NFL. So your luck has to be there, your discipline has to be there, and also you have to have the mindset of, you know what, even if I don't make it here, I'm still somebody outside of football. Where you're gonna cultivate something for yourself, because as a young black man, you still gotta stand on your two.
Now,
No,
shout
you
out
absolutely
AC.
right. You
AC,
absolutely
how's
right.
he at DePaul right now, coaching, right?
Yeah.
Because that's
Paying
like right now, Muhammad Kamara, right? You said you had to sacrifice. Well, a lot of people don't know. At
Mo,
one
that's
point,
my boy.
he didn't understand what football could do for him, right? But his brother was on him so hard. He was like, "Why you want me so hard, man? Get me up 5:30 in the morning, taking me to Nat Turner Park before school, staying inside of Central to 10 o'clock at night, lifting." So now he called his brother and thank him every day.
And Mo was on the biggest stage against, and it's crazy because watching Mo, because remember, I'm at Barringer while Mo and them is at Central with Grant. Mo was a tweener. So seeing Mo against Colorado get 3 sacks on prime, then it's like, oh, who's this kid? And it should have been 6 if he didn't get all them flags on
Should
him.
have been 6.
You understand what I'm saying?
Nah, you right.
So
You right.
and it's crazy because he needed that moment. Sometimes God just worked crazy.
Yo, my boy Haas Hampton on the Instagram check in say, yo, it's about time and place and era. You know, I think that's what it is. You know, you got a lot of people that play a certain type of way in a certain type of time frame. That's what people be looking for. And then next thing you know, the times change. And they're looking for something different in that very same position. You know what I'm saying? I got a question right here. Will Hathaway said high school coaches are underpaid for their time from September to November in Jersey. What can change the school districts to give them more? Anybody want to tap into that?
Dame, go ahead, Dame. Go off, Dame.
He said, go off. He said, go off, Dame. Dana went off on that already, man.
Go off, Dame.
He want the
time to shine.
Yeah, he want no public schools to do what they do, baby. Well, do what they ain't doing, shit.
Man, we all know, man. The money ain't gonna go where it's supposed to, man. They gonna go where they feel it should go, and you know it's unfortunate because if you speak up on it, you're gonna be looked at as being insubordinate, or you know, like they gonna start labeling you, and they just don't care, man. Like that's the realness of it. Like now you gotta really ask the questions, like, do you really care about what the resources that these kids are actually getting? Like, no, they don't care.
What they really need. Yo, hey Don, I seen a facility, Texas high school facility, indoor, outdoor practice facility, 60,000 seat stadium.
Bro, we don't have a locker room. I feel like a Pop Warner program. We go time, we gotta go to the corner and talk.
Yeah,
and then I heard that. Hold up, Don. And then I heard Dame talking about coaches getting paid. Imagine if the coaches in North got paid just to coach football. Like when a college coach come, we ain't got to be in calf duty. You ain't got to be subbing in the classroom. So coach just show up anytime, and you could be free.
Right, but here's the thing. And because of the school district that I'm in, I'm seeing it different. Obviously, you know, I was in EO and in North, and now I'm at West Orange. And I just can't, and I know my girl Ray, Ray be on my ass. I know Ray gonna be on me for this comment, but I would be remiss to say part of the reason why districts are allowed to do what they do because parents do not allow their voice to be heard. These are your kids that are being impacted by not getting, like you're not doing enough, right? And so when not doing enough, then they get to do what they want. And I'm gonna spin that AC. Watch how I spin it though, because it's the same type of parent that don't go to that board meeting, that go to my boys' schools in non-public ranks, because I ain't gonna say no name, and then you expect them to get your kid the scholarship just because He at the non-public ranks. No. Parents have to get involved. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. West Orange School District had a group of parents. They did not like what was happening, and they wanted change. They went to the board meeting. They said, this is a guy that we want out of 3 of these guys. We want you to pick one of them 3 guys. And here we are 6 years later, okay? When a community stands up, because you're the voters, you're the taxpayers. When you go to the meetings and you stand up, it's a different type of energy than Coach Dane going to the meeting. It's a different type of energy than Coach Mark going to the meeting. They can't hear that. That's only one man. But when the community go, it's a whole nother scenario. And you know I never leave you out. When you send your kid to another school or to a school outside of his district, you still have to be present. Okay, it's not a board meeting, but it's still people at that school that if you talk to, they'll give you answers to the questions. But a friend of mine named She used to always say, be mindful of the question that you ask. Don't go someplace asking for free hamburgers, and we give you the free hamburgers, but you mad you didn't get the free sweatsuit. You asked for free hamburgers, so I gave you free hamburgers.
Right. Yeah.
Also,
whatever you made important, that's what they're gonna make important.
Yeah.
So asking for playing time and where scholarship is gonna be instead of asking for academic help, and do you provide after school services? These coaches, they're gonna whatever you want make important, that's what they're gonna make important. And I see it a lot of times, especially with people like this. And I try to school them on this stuff, but you know, sometimes I'm the bad guy and I'm being whatever. But and then they end up coming to me in 2 years. I end up seeing them in 2 years anyway.
I want to ask y'all this too, though. While we are here, what does lineage and rapport do for a school? Because I find myself here in South Jersey, just looking at it too, where Millville just got a new field built, and they have the community behind them all the way. New field, board got the thing on it that West Orange got with the system. But the lineage of the team has been built off of promise, right? Kids have come back. Communities have been built off these kids where they support each other 1,000%. I remember Dame said this in like the coach's corner. North got 32 high schools, 37, however many schools, where you can't rally around every school to give everyone everything, right? Do you all think that because there's so much in these spaces that it doesn't give it enough? Like Pennsauken High School only has one high school. So when they ask for that indoor field, they get that indoor field. They have a grounds crew for that field, and they have it's only one school. Delsea has one high school, regional high school. If West Orange, one high school. So when you see what it looks like, is because that community and that lineage is just behind that one place. North got 30 of them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's hard to tell that school district, hey, because Shabazz won 2 state championships or Weequahic won 2 state championships, those should be the only ones that we litigate bread to. Those should be the only coaches that, because what you do for those 2, you need to do for the other 16.
But I'm about to hit you. I'm about to hit you with this.
Outside looking in, it looks kind of crazy because there's so much undercutting in Newark, because we're talking about Newark. So again, I'm an outsider, but it's crazy is that there's so much talent in Newark and there's so much divide in Newark. So it's almost sad to see because of the richness that's in that particular city. That's just my opinion from the outside looking in.
That's not what. I'm gonna say this. Hey Al, you could be at Shabazz and go 12-0. Your check is the same check as the coach from Eastside or Barringer that don't even make playoffs. You feel me? Like, it ain't even no type of one up. You know what I mean? So what that is, because North has to kind of like equally because there's so many, like you said, we got to equally give it out. I can't give Dame 30,000 and give Weekway 10,000. You know what I'm saying? But listen to what I'm saying, because you know it's all about knowing your opponent, right? Because I know my opponent, right? If all of my parents from Northeast Side start chirping, right? Now, when they go to give Northeast Side whatever they gotta get, they also gotta give North Central some of that. You see what I'm saying? So I get the one high school narrative that's true. One high school, you get about 20% of the town, 50% of the town, and some
watch this, right? Each area in North has a councilman, right? Each area in North has a councilman, and some coaches won't even speak to the councilmen or councilwomen in their area, right?
The star of the show.
The boy, that boy, a black dad for real.
Nah, the look. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down.
No, that is true though. The councilman is important, and the councilwomen, and that's why the high boy Camden High. Remember, their point guard from back in the day is the mayor. Because Starfin is the mayor. So my mayor used to be the point guard at Camden High when the Camden High was in their prime. So I'm gonna look out for my guys.
Right.
DeJuan, like his nephew, and DeJuan is in the city.
Yeah, I see that.
So when you see it being imprint, that's why I say when it comes to lineage. And that's why I shout out a guy like Tahir Whitehead to have his camp still based where it is and to not take it somewhere else.
10 years and running.
Because that brings an attention too that helps and galvanize the community. So to see the divides be what it is, yes, that is true. But if you still have those little prints of people that's trying to pour in the city, and then Rel just asked in the chat, have y'all seen what Newark budget look like? I don't know what the budget is, but I know that is in the millions. It has to be.
Yeah, it's the biggest city. It's the biggest city.
And it's crazy because when you think about it, man, and seeing that Coach Sheet is at the DePaul, all of the best parochial schools get their kids from the inner city programs. And like Coach Sheet, how many kids are on your that are at your school right now that are either from Newark, Irvington, East Orange, or the surrounding areas? You on mute, Sheet.
Yeah, right now. So how we've kind of done it is we target our area, which is Patterson. That's mostly where we get our kids from. And then, probably our better players come from Patterson. And then what we do is we target our surrounding towns, Pequannock, Boonton. Our quarterback is from Lincoln Park.
Little Fall, Lincoln Park, yeah.
Yeah, so we may sprinkle down in the Essex County area, but it's not a lot like it was in the past with Haas and Kareem and Nas. It's not as much as it was in the past.
And Al, that's a lot of that is because at the end of the day, it take that parent sacrifice, right? That you got to get your ass to Wayne every day, summertime's included, and there might not be transportation. So, you living in Essex County, and you got to go up Parkway North, and then the 46, and then you might not be able to handle that. You know what I mean? So that's why it's just smarter for them to kind of hit their area. You know what I'm saying?
It definitely has changed over the last couple of years. Like I probably want to say off the top of my head, we probably maybe have 8 kids from Essex County on our team. Probably 8.
Yeah. Yo, here's the thing, Al, and this is solely my opinion, man. When people start being honest with themselves about what they have in their living room, you be good. You be good. Everybody ain't 6'2", 190. You know what I mean? So that means you might want to go somewhere where you can play. or some people don't have it like that financially. So you might want to go somewhere where you can afford to not buy or do stuff. And if you got it, then you do it. If you ain't got it, then don't do it. If he ain't got it, don't do it. Because all you gonna do is aggravate people like my good bro. You know what I mean? What you want me to do? You knew he would file for. What we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people all the time, James Franklin say, don't blame me, the coach. Blame yourself. Blame your husband. That's between y'all two, not me.
You gotta be special.
I love him for that though, because you know what it is? It's honesty. A lot of people be so blinded by their hopes and dreams and ambitions, they don't even be honest with themselves. They be missing out on it. Like Dame quarterback. I've been watching Dame quarterback Xavier Smith since he was
electric,
like,
boy.
Bro, I've been watching him since he was playing Mighty Mike. Mighty Mike. X always been small. You see his dad's small. Like, his pops and X already understand. I'm about to find somewhere around here that I can get jiggy, and I'm going to get jiggy. You know what I'm saying? And that's great. Follow me, though. Follow me. Because I'm going to tap into my own guy. But there's another kid that's Marquette Dorsey that I've been following since Mighty Mike. And he was a kid that started to do this and ended up at 6'2", 190. Well, he might have to go somewhere else because the landscape is a little different down the hill. So we're going, here you go, She. Take care of that for me. Hold me down. And that's what you got. But again, it really comes with being honest. Because I know it's people on his roster that don't belong. And guess what? It's people on my roster. They don't belong.
So,
and I ain't talking about don't belong in public. I'm talking about on the field. Like, say some guys is bowlers. Some guys is straight accountants, and I'm cool with it. You feel me? I'm cool with it. But I don't want your moms and your dads, your uncles, your aunts, and everything. Why I ain't getting no offer? Baby, come on. This list ain't getting dark for no reason. Like, it be that for me.
Wait, hold on, and y'all too, because I still follow both y'all games closely. Y'all too, Plainfield has Alkabir Bethune.
Yeah.
6'3", 190 playing corner, and he's only going to Towson.
Yeah.
So imagine he's only going to Towson. So imagine the difference between him and Quincy Porter.
The difference? Support system. Yo, like, think about it. The kid you just named had the same, listen to it, the same exact measures as my kid. Think about it. No. Marquette Dorsey, same position, right?
Marquette, yeah.
Same position. My boy had 20-something offers. Now, at the end, it really turns into 3 because you know how it goes. Because you got to pick the schools that want you, not for all of the hoopla shit. But listen to what I'm saying. Same school, same heights and weights you just said. Now, I don't know that kid GPA. That's one factor. I don't know that kid character. That's 2 factors. I don't know that kid's support system. That's 3. These are 3 major factors for why you can just be a Townsend kid or you could be a Northwestern kid. And that's the straight up bottom line. But it's not because Coach Sheed is his coach. It's not because Coach Jim Williams is his coach. Like, I really try my best to take pressure off of coaches. We just talked about what the numbers are. They not.
I'm gonna tell you in all honesty, Don, right?
Go for
it. Xavier Smith is a Division II football player.
Indeed.
He could play at any Division II school in the nation, and he will lead whatever program it is, because the kid might be small, but he has a huge arm and he tough as nails, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna say this without saying, Justin Spellman, believe me when I tell you, y'all don't know the name now, but you will. You understand? You most certainly will.
That's my boy.
That's right my behind boy. X is another X. But
you gotta get his speed up, though.
The difference between he in the right spot for it.
He in the right spot. I'll agree.
He already 6'3". 6'3", possibly 6'4".
I got Coach Mons here. Coach Mons said measurements in academic, Division I, Division II, Division III, and people don't want to hear it. So I'm guessing what Mons is trying to tell me is that you got to think about the fact that if you don't have certain things, the measurements, they're just not picking up the phone, dog. Like,
it's the truth, though, and you have
if
to.
You don't have the academics. You have academics. They're just not picking up the phone. What we got here, man? Elected officials should do more for our football programs, making sure we have new field and facilities for our local football programs. That's why we vote for them and their school districts.
All right, so I got one for you for that, Don. I got one for you for that, right?
Okay.
So, my stadium, right? Is it a park or is it a stadium? Because if it was a stadium, everybody wouldn't have access to it, right? I'll be in practice and I gotta stop to pick up a volleyball and move a volleyball off the field while we in practice. I gotta tell kids, no soccer today. Y'all gotta wait till we done with practice. Kids come speeding through on the little bikes or on the little carts on the field. So what are we talking about? Like they don't know the difference between where they're supposed to be and what they're not supposed to do, right? We had to stop the kids from this game that they like to do down there because they was dipping the kite strings in shattered glass and flying kites. It's like a kite game that they do. And the kid eye got split wide open because they thought it's just open field. We're in the park, so we gonna fly the air. And why? The airplanes fly over our field on a consistent basis, so the wind factor is different. So the kites gonna fly what? High and crazy, and they just outside, they just having fun. They don't know no better. So now, who steps in and say, "Look, this can't be done here. That can't be done here. During this time, stop this." Nobody. Now it's left up to us, right? And so now I gotta tell a kid, "Yo, get off the field." And then the kid gonna look at me and say, "Lick my," or say something crazy. And now I'm looking at the kid like, "What? What you just say?" Like, you get what I'm saying? But guess who not dealing with that nowhere else?
You don't want me to answer that. I don't deal with none of that.
Yeah, I don't deal with none of that shit.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to deal with that, man. I get it. My heart goes out. My heart goes out. For real.
Y'all got plenty of fields to pick from the practice for Don. Linemen could be down there. Skills could be at the top. Kickers could go over there.
No, not up there. You know, we gotta arrange our schedule. Okay, we have our band that has practice.
If you want to,
we have soccer team that has practice. We got a lot going on up there. Okay, there is places that are there, but you already know how that goes. But listen, at the end of the day, man, like they said, it's a lot of issues in our community. I think the biggest way to understand these issues is to become realistic and be a part of the process, not a part of the problem.
Facts.
If we could get that, we get that. I think it changes everything. There will be a DM senior college camp. We're gonna be hosting that coming soon. Dame, Al, tap into me. I'm about to embark on some really good things in this off season. I want to try. I don't want to use the word.
Go off.
Yeah, I don't want to use last chance because I don't like that word. You know what I'm saying?
First impression.
But I want to give the seniors, and I want to get some of those local schools that's around us, from Jersey, PA, maybe Delaware, Maryland, and New York, to come through and like how they do that mega camp. But obviously, I'm looking for the younger guys. You feel me? I'm looking for not younger guys, the smaller schools. And I'm not looking for Rutgers to come. I'm not. But I'm definitely looking for Lackawanna to come. I'm definitely looking for Sussex to come. I'm definitely looking for Pace to come. I'm definitely looking for Kutztown, Blockhaven, Bloomsburg, all of those schools, all of the black colleges, Lincoln, Cheney. Is Cheney still open? Dell State.
Cheney is still open. They actually just
okay.
Yeah, they just redid their because they just redid their admissions thing. Matter of fact, I have the lady's contact for you, Don, if you need that.
Yeah, nah, definitely.
I'm gonna need y'all help though, because I got a kid right now that's home. Well, not well. I sent you.
I know.
Marmar is no. I'm gonna talk to you about that. Yeah. Dame and Coach Sheed, I got this kid. He just first team all conference from New Haven, cornerback, started as a true freshman. He's home right now because a coach lied to him about being able to leave school in May and didn't finish out one of his finals. So right now they're playing and he's home. He's trying to find a way to get back into school. He has a daughter, Jabron Solomon. If you know that kid from Woodbury, he won a state championship in basketball, football, and track last year. He ends up going to New Haven.
I know who he is.
Right? And that's one of my kids. He trained with me. And he's at home right now, and I'm trying to get him back into school. He's taking classes at the junior college down here. And he's like, yo, I need to go back in school because if I feel like if I sit out too long, I ain't going to play no more.
Do me a favor, right? Look up Allen University. And when you look up Allen University, it's a Division II school in South Carolina. Look up I believe the last name is Boulware. He's a defensive coordinator there. Matter of fact, just link with me. I got you. We can fix that. Quick fix.
I'm gonna text you, Dame, because he sent me a list like, yo, coach, I need to get out of here. And now he's so talented. They trying to ask him to play basketball. And he like, I don't want to play. So his heart is really in football. And if you know the name, special. He's built like Jack Jones for the Raiders. 5'11", 175. Started as a true freshman.
Hey Al, my producer said that your audio off. Check out and come back in.
Audio's off.
Yeah, I don't know. Just go out and then come back in. Dane, let's wrap it up though. Let's wrap it up. Give me your closing comments. You know what I mean on the show. Last words what you want to give the viewers, parents, kids. You know, shoot it out there. Dame, you go first. Sheed, you go next. I'll come back. I'll let Al have it, and I'll close out.
Invest in your kids, man. Invest in your kids. It's definitely a huge help to know that they have your support and you believe in what they believe in and what they love, and that's a huge thing. You know, for the kids, because a lot of these kids don't have the support that a lot of the other kids do have. A parent showing up to a game and the kid turning his head, seeing their parent in the stand means more to them than what you think. Support your kids, invest in your kids, man. That's it.
See what you got.
Your character lasts longer than your playing career. Just like that.
Straight like that. Al, closing comments. What you got?
If everybody was able to get to where they wanted to, a lot of us wouldn't be standing here right now. Everybody has dreams, but God's plan, timing, is always going to be what's meant for you at the end of the day. So that's what we got to instill in these kids, man. You can have the vision, you can have the goal, but there's always a plan that's instilled for you that you just got to work your path.
Nice. Listen, man, like I said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Coach's Corner this Sunday night. Could have been anywhere else in the world, but you was here with us. You feel me? And I appreciate that. I want to make sure that everybody shares when we do Coach's Corner, because there's a lot of resourceful information. You have just been on the phone with or you viewed public, charter, and non-public all on the same segment tonight. Just in case anybody wanted to know the views. I know some things started to sound a little more Norkish, but obviously we're trying to address everybody. That's my goal. I want to help everybody and try to encourage everybody to do like Coach Dame said, be supportive of your kid, man, and understanding God's plan, because that didn't go a long way. And trust me, your character, like Coach Shee said, is what you will be judged off of. So make sure that everything that my comrades here said. Big shout out to Sans Force Media. Man, I salute you for what you're doing with me with this thing right here. Jones, shout out to you, Off the Top Sports. What you got doing right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, we going up. For real, I'm letting people know right now the DM going all the way up. But I'm going to tell it like this. My last thing I'm going to say here, man, is be better today than what you were yesterday and put it on repeat tomorrow. You feel me? You make that a habit, you're going to find yourself in a really good place in life. You feel me? But I like to, again, thank all of my guests for coming out. I'll probably do this again in 2 weeks, brothers. So if you want to jump back on in 2 weeks, let's make sure we do that. Big shout out. I know you got big matchups this week. I wish all of y'all the best of luck. You know what I mean? Let's try to do 1-0 because that's the goal. And shoot, that's what it is. You feel me? June, you got anything you want to say? Or you good? Don't forget, y'all, tune in Tuesday. If you're available, if you're not available, it's going to still be on YouTube, Off the Top Sports Radio.
Yes,
we'll have the Essex County Top 10, and we'll be probably posting the nominees of Player of the Week. So make sure everybody definitely, tune into that network. And some really big things that's going to be happening. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Pretty much, man. Yeah, man. Every Tuesday, man, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Off the Top Sports Radio. We're gonna get into more of them matchups, top matchups in Essex County. Like DM just said, the top 10 for sure. And the Player of the Week, man. Started doing the nominees this week, so we're gonna name the nominees again and announce the winner on Wednesday. So definitely look out for that, though.
I hate Friends because Friends do too much. Please send us the information of the kid. And if you don't mind, because we don't all go to a lot of games, I'm locked in at West Orange. June, sometimes he goes support, Orange and local guys. And B, sometimes he be supporting EO. If you can, just do us a quick favor. Just give us the clips. Send us the film. It'll help, you know what I mean? Because when we do shows like this, we can air it. So when we go, just the Player of the Week, we can show a little highlight of what that kid has done. So, coaches, when you give us the nominees, try to give us a little film on them too. So we can use that to kind of build up not only our brand, the kids' brand, and your program. You feel me? So we just want to make sure we all on the same page. I love you, Dame. Trust me, I know how to do this. You feel me?
Yeah, but again, Don, stop saying that EO word, man. I hear that shit.
Nah, my man, I had to, you know what I'm saying, do that. Yes, anybody that want to get on the show, be a guest, anything, sponsor the show, listen, that's all of the information right there. My IG account is DMFootball258. My email address is DMFootball258@gmail. My Facebook account is Driven Moms. Man, just find me because I'm be outside. I ain't going to hide. You already know. Tap into me, man, because everything that you give to the DM, it goes back to the kids tenfold. And if you don't believe me, you can ask anybody on here. All right, it goes down in the DM. You feel me? But again, my brothers, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for giving me y'all time on the Sunday night. Everybody that tuned in, I really, really appreciate y'all. Let's be great this week. 1-0 every day. Let's do it.